11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
From the great city of Baltimore, Maryland, home to a great deal of many professional football teams throughout the years, including the Simulation Football League's Baltimore Vultures. As they welcome the visitors from the Great White North, the Vancouver Legion, to town. Good evening, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrop, alongside my colorman, Rick Northrop.
Good afternoon.
Along with Mark Mello and Mark Lopez, our statisticians, along with our executive producer, Cameron Irvine.
Getting a look at Tom Pepper firing up the crowd, Colin. Several of our Canadian friends made the crossing.
Baltimore looking to become a 4-1 team, as is Vancouver, who will get to that mark today. Mike Dazzo out for the coin toss with Tom Pepper. The Legion have won the toss and will put their defense on the field first to go against the sixth highest scoring SFL offense in the Baltimore Vultures. Rick, strap in. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I was born ready. Let's go.
Ramon Rakowski to kick off for Vancouver. Back deep for the Legion.
Yes. Their kick returner.
For Baltimore, rather. Fields it around the 10-yard line, cutting up the middle and down to the 30. That's Giovanni Bolt. And we'll get our first look at Mike Dazzo as well as T. Roy Gaines. And the rest of the Baltimore attack. 1st and 10 from the 30. Mike's up under center. 3 wide receivers offset halfback to the right side. That is Gaines. Dazzo, quick out route to the bottom of the field, complete for a 4-yard pickup to Mac Chima, number 88.
Not a good, a good little starter to begin working out the kinks. And Colin, why don't you set up the Baltimore offense for us here?
Well, there's Mike Dazzo, quarterback, T. Roy Gaines at halfback. Ivory Irvin, Daley Holder, Mac Chima are the wide receivers. Jay Hayden, and Lloyd Grant Jr. are the tight ends. As Dazzo over the middle, complete in traffic for a first down at the Vulture 45-yard line. That is Irvin making a catch.
Well, 2 short drops and quick passes, already putting a little pressure on the Legion defense.
Dazzo in the shotgun this time. He goes 4 wide, and he's back for another pass. And this time it is incomplete. Knocked out of bounds, looking for Irvin. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
I guess should have stayed with the short passing game right there, huh?
4.
He does throw into really good coverage, so that was lucky that it wasn't a worse outcome.
For Vancouver on defense, they have defensive ends Mike Coverson and Michael Percoco. Lee Adama is the defensive tackle. Linebackers are DeAndre Washington and Kevin Brackett. We'll get to the defensive backs after this play, as Dazzo again completes it out. This time to Daley Holder to set up a 3rd and 2 from the Vancouver 47-yard line.
Nice little set of progressions here for your Baltimore Vultures. We brought Denver with us. Denver, the service dog, who seems to be having a moment in the booth here.
Hopefully he doesn't disturb the press corps next door as Dazzle caught
Maybe.
to the 18-yard line.
There you go. Forget the intermediate routes. Go long.
And that's their first big connection of the day, all the way down to the Legion 18. And the defensive backs for Vancouver are as follows. Kyler Murray, Ashley Rose Finch, and Dean Maddox are the corners. Mark Lopez, Major Key, and Drew Hamilton are the safeties. As Dazzo's back to throw, has plenty of time, fires over the middle, and it is caught off a deflection for a first down. That was not the intended receiver, but Daly Holder came to clean up the mess and picks up a first down at the 7.
There was just a mess of players from both clubs in that area. And Dazzo, did you notice he had a long snap count? I think he was trying to figure out exactly what he wanted to do. And he gets a good result, maybe not the way he thought.
And the throw down to the bottom of the field nearly gets him in the end zone. That is Chima, his second catch on this drive. And so far for Mike Dazzo, only one incompletion on the drive. T-Roy Gaines without a carry. There's Drew Hamilton as the Legion are sporting black pants and black helmets along with their white jerseys today. Mike changes to play the line. It'll be a pass to the end zone, and it's nearly intercepted on the play by Mark Lopez.
Wow. I think everybody in the building expected him to hand the ball off to the second man into the line right there. It looked like it was open, but they stick with that short drop, quick passing game.
Second incompletion for Dazzo. And they will line up with a fullback and an extra tight end in the backfield with T-Roy Gaines. Let's see if they sledgehammer it in here, or will they go the finesse way around?
Oh!
Mike gets sacked in the backfield back at the 6-yard line. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Culverson, among others, in on the tackle, and we'll get to see Shark Tarkington, the place kicker for Baltimore, try a field goal.
A beautiful drive right down to the doorstep. And they end up settling for a field goal. Did the Baltimore Brain Trust overthink that on the goal line, Colin? Sneaks or dives. Got a couple of cracks at it. Instead, they'll settle for the attempt.
Tarkington's field goal from 23 yards is good. So with 7:33 left to go in the first, Baltimore leads by the score of 3-0. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. We'll be back after this commercial break. Welcome back to Baltimore, Maryland. The Vultures kicked 3 points, but they could have easily had 7 as Shark Tarkington punts this away, and we get a kneel in the end zone. As we take a look at Brett Killian, these are his career stats. He's 32 yards away from passing Lawrence Kirkland for 15th all-time in terms of yardage. You see the numbers for Killian there, one of the original Legion members.
Indeed, and I know everybody's interested in the Rick meter. I'll remind folks that the Rick meter needs to see at least one possession by each team, if not more. But the Rick meter is ready and waiting.
Tom Pepper back to throw on the first play. He goes
Oh!
deep and he nearly throws an interception. Looking for that man Killian, but Christopher Dodd knocked it away.
So lucky it wasn't one and done on that drive, Colin.
Dodd played it
Oh.
perfectly. And that's a good opportunity as any to set the Baltimore defense.
I think that shows some film study there, Colin, as he knew where the ball was going to go, and he beats the receiver to the spot.
All right. So we have Chad Rowland,
Yes.
Sir Ron Yates, the fourth, as the defensive ends. Nate Brown and Tucker Lewis are the defensive tackles. Frank Smith and Joe Dazzo are the linebackers. As Pepper will fire this out to Robert Redford, who gets stopped in the line of scrimmage for no gain. Setting up a 3rd and 10.
Redford's got a lot of talent, but that's probably asking too much for him to try and beat 3 defenders on his own, as it wasn't very well blocked downfield by the Legion.
Nolan Pierce is the other linebacker. Marvin Himes, Ben Sackenpaper, Chris Dodd are the corners. Giovanni Wood and Troy LaShaw are the safeties. As that is thrown and it's intercepted. Intercepted on the play and returned up to the 35 by number 42, the inside linebacker, Frank Smith.
Oh, I know. Another little ping pong ricochet play, Colin. We've seen a couple already in this game, and it goes Baltimore's way.
And his teammates call him the wake, and he snags that one out of the air. Baltimore, 1st and 10, has T-Roy Gaines in the backfield, has yet to get a touch of any kind. And Dazzo with another pass. He is now 7 of 9 with that completion to Daly Holder for a pickup of 9.
Let's go back to the few plays that the Vancouver offense has run, Colin, and we saw in that one swing pass that the blocking wasn't crisp, and I think Vancouver just has come out not executing very well.
And T-Roy Gaines gets his first carry of the game, and T-Roy rumbles all the way down to the 9 on 2nd and 1. The Baltimore fans are probably wondering, they're like, geez, why didn't we get this guy the ball the first time we were down in the red zone?
Well, and that might have worked so well because, Colin, they were relying on the short passing game. They did have that one long completion as part of the mix. But yeah, why didn't he get it on the goal line? But certainly now he breaks one.
I'm getting a correction from Mr. Yates in the chat. The wake actually refers to their entire defensive unit, not a single player. And T-Roy Gaines puts his shoulder down and picks up yardage to the 6 as he ran over a defender there before Drew Hamilton had to clean up the mess. 2nd down and goal from the 6. Mike Dazzo up under center in his 10th season. All
short drop here. No,
they give up to Gaines, but he's tackled at the line of scrimmage by DeAndre Washington. We have a flag down.
There's a flag on the play.
Oh no, it's a clip. We have a clipping call.
Oh, ouch.
On the offensive lineman, number 65, the guard. No, that's the center, Robert Clayton. Got called for the clip, and that'll back the Vultures up substantially.
Oh, no. I don't think we're going to get another look at that, but the center, kind of the captain of your offensive line and usually the most skilled and adept at the mental part of the game, makes a mental mistake there.
That pushes him all the way back to the 21-yard line for this 2nd and goal situation. Dazzo outcut to the top of the field. That is Irvin's 3rd catch. He has 42 yards.
And I'll speak for the Baltimore faithful when I say about that play selection. Now it's third and slightly less than a mile, as they need to stick this one into the end zone.
Empty shotgun look for Daz. This is gun straight with trips to the top. And they're running slants, but the pressure got there. Liadama, who set his franchise's single season sack record last year, gets in there and delivers the quarterback hit on Dazzo, and Shark Turkington will be called on for another potential 3-pointer here.
Colin, I thought something special was coming with that pump fake. I'm like, oh, this means deep ball. Nope, not a chance.
From about the middle of the field, they'll spot this.
25, it's a 35-yarder.
And Turkington's kick is automatic from 35. So with 4:31 to go in the first quarter of play, Baltimore tacks on another 3 points and leads 6-0. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back after this commercial break. Welcome back to Baltimore, Maryland. The Vultures have taken a 6-0 lead on the strength of 2 Shark Tarkington field goals. And they'll kick it off back here to Vancouver, who was 3 plays and punt last time they had the ball. As we take a look at Joe Dazzo, he has the 5th most TFLs all time. Those are his career stats. He's number 3 in total tackles, and his TFLs are number 1 all time amongst linebackers. Tom Pepper saddles up under the center. He's got Robert Redford in the backfield. 3 wide receivers in the picture, 2 to the top. And Pepper going deep on the post, and he throws an interception. This time it is tipped by Don and caught by Giovanni Bolt, looking for Killian. And just an odd day continues for poor Tom Pepper as he throws it to the other team.
Oh, that's a killer. And even worse, I didn't get to make my quality comment about how Pepper and the offense is going to want to try and make up for their putting it in the ditch on the first drive. Well, they can't wait to put it in the ditch here on the second drive, Colin. The Rick meter's coming up here in a few minutes, and I don't think it'll be any surprise what the Rick meter reading's going to be.
Baltimore takes over right on the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. Mike Dazzo pumps, goes to the sideline, and it's a 3-yard catch. That is Ivory Irvin. 4 receptions on 5 targets for that young man.
Hey, before Baltimore gets too deep in the plus side of the field, let me say, if you're new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the first controllerless esport where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determines the outcome. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation, and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers, turned players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality.
Area is soiled for Baltimore a little bit as the tip drill results in an interception for Dean Maddox.
It gives it right back. Let me just finish by saying visit www.simulationfl.net for more information, Colin. Wow. Well, new life for Tom Pepper and the Vancouver Legion is even though Baltimore's been first and goal twice, they only have 6 points. and still a one-score game.
Pepper 1 for 4 for 0 yards. The one completion was stopped in the line of scrimmage for no gain. Robert Redford is the tailback in the power I formation. He will get it on a swing pass, his second catch, and this time he goes for positive yards. He picks up 4 for the Vancouver Legion offensively. They have Robert Redford at tailback. The wide receivers are Nick Finch, Brett Killian, and Rich Pratchard. The tight ends are James Walters and Dan Daly, and the defensive tackles are Nate Hall and Mike Nuantes, both rookies. As Redford fights through traffic and he gets out of there clean.
How did that happen?
And he's finally run down at the Baltimore 10-yard line. It will be first and goal.
Well, if you're Vancouver and looking for a spark, you just got one there with Redford. Was dead to rights at the line of scrimmage, and he just keeps his feet going, his legs pumping, and look at that, Colin.
Marvin Himes got sent through the spin cycle, but Chris Dodd saves the touchdown for the moment by tackling him right there. There's a look at Redford. He's a veteran. Spent the previous couple of years with Vegas. It was an off-season acquisition via free agency for Vancouver. As Pepper will take a 6-step drop, fire over the middle, complete. That is the first reception of the day for Nick Finch, the veteran wide receiver from Pennsylvania, coming over from the St. Louis Gladiators in free agency.
It's a good pickup for Vancouver as they've got 2nd and goal.
Two tight ends the same side. They run that way with Redford, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
You know, I know Redford's obviously a quality vet and knows what he's doing, but he might have had more success on that play, bouncing it out to the left, Colin. Instead, he spins back into the interior and gets stopped short of the goal line.
Tackle made. Didn't see who that was. We'll check the number in a minute. As Pepper gets sacked as he gets devoured by the black shirts on defense. 4th and goal from the 9.
Wow. Well, it's Baltimore's defense turn to keep somebody out of the end zone, forcing a field goal.
Bishop Mutombo. That was a combo sack as he was in on the nose tackle situation. Baltimore lined up in the goal line defense and Ruskowski to try the field goal to have this lead to 3 points. And the field goal is up, and it's no good! It's no good! Oh my goodness, I thought that was going to be an easy 3 points, but no, the crossbar is a cruel, cruel thing.
Oh my goodness. You never know what you're going to get here in the SFL. So Baltimore takes over, no harm, no foul. They just get a little bit worse starting position, Colin.
They go wing receiver very tight to the line of scrimmage. T-Roy Gaines with the handoff. He only picks up 1 yard. As you look at the chat here at twitch.tv/FTF Next, and they're reacting to the missed field goal kick. You don't even see that from non-contract kickers like Vancouver's, let alone contracted kickers. Take a look at Mike's numbers. He's up to 84 yards. Just had that one interception, though. He's back to throw. Throws an out cut to the top of the field. Will be a pickup of 6 yards.
Well, with 3 drives inside the respective red zones, Colin, last thing I expected was a battle of field goals.
Third down and 3 for the Vultures. Here they give off to T-Roy Gaines. He easily picks up the first down, and a truckload more as he gets down to the Legion 49-yard line. What a run by T-Roy Gaines. as we're winding toward the end of the first quarter.
And he just kind of breaks free. Good blocking, well executed to get him into the secondary where he can make some things happen. And first thing he does is turn on the Jets, Colin.
And let's see if they get one more play off before the end of the quarter. And they will. It'll be a Mike Dazzle pass over the middle, one-handed grab for a 5-yard pickup. That is Mac Chima on the reception. And we reached the end of the first quarter, and the score is Baltimore 6, Vancouver nothing. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. At the start of the second quarter here in Baltimore, Maryland, the Vultures lead the Vancouver Legion 6-0. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrop. Rick Northrop is my color man.
Yo.
Mark Mello and Mark Lopez are our statisticians. And Cameron Irvine is pushing all the fancy buttons as our producer. T-Roy Gaines takes the swing pass and stiff arms the man into the next county.
Well, Colin, this just in from the, we're going to get another look at T-Roy Gaines here. And I think both teams getting their running backs loose might help both of their efforts. And, this just in from the Rick Meter staff. The Rick Meter is lean Baltimore in this touchdown challenged game so far. Baltimore is showing us that they've got what it takes so far.
Dazza over the middle, complete on a crossing route to the receiver for a pickup of 7. That'll be 2nd and 3. Irvin again showing great power and toughness. 6'4", 215 pounds, second-year man.
Thank you, Mighty Joe Young. The almighty Rick Meter hath spake here early in the second quarter.
Extra tight end joining the fullback in the backfield along with Gaines. And again, they'll swing it out to T-Roy, and T-Roy will make the first down easily to the 22.
Interesting to see if Baltimore goes back to some of those quick slants that they opened up with in the first possession, Colin.
14 of 18, 120 yards for Mike Dazzo. One
Really?
interception. Leroy Gaines in the backfield again, and they'll swing it out to him again. Why not? It keeps working, and that time it picks up 2 yards. As the young man who made the play was Kyler Murray coming up from his cornerback position.
You know, with all these swing passes now to both sides of the field, they're functionally spreading out the Vancouver defense. Let's see if something special's coming up here later in this series.
They will split both the backs. On either side of Dazzo and the gun, he fires out complete first down yardage. That's Irvin again as he stiff arms poor Ashley Rose Finch into the ground.
Indeed. And that puts them, on the 12? So maybe nothing special coming at this point on the field. But we'll keep an eye on it. It's interesting how they've mixed up their sort of philosophies here.
Again, they go 3 men in the backfield. I wonder if they have a run play to cross them up this time. Nope, they'll swing it out this time to Gaines the other side. Breaks one tackle and scores. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Just keep hitting the swing pass. It kept working, Colin. And there's our first touchdown of the game.
It's a Leroy Gaines touchdown reception. As he made one man miss, and that was all she wrote.
Little good downfield block. I don't know if we'll see it in this right there. It also prevents him from having any more pressure once he gets that one man to beat in quotation marks. Hey, shout out to Mike and Proda. Thanks for the compliments. It's always good to listen to Mikey and Proda on his calls as well.
With Tim Hackett, and those two are great. As for Leroy Gaines, that was his 4th catch for 29 yards, and the extra point by Tarkington makes it 13-0.
I don't have a very good Mike and Proda imitation worked up just yet, but we'll get one. The tornado spin, I like that.
Tarkington to kick off to Lopez, who this time will field it at his goal line.
Ooh!
And he gets tackled at his own 23.
Knifes through the blocking there and single-handedly brings him down before they could cook up anything special.
For this Legion offense, they got to get some kind of rhythm going. They've struggled so far, especially that man. He's thrown 2 interceptions, has Tom Pepper. He's in the empty shotgun look. Slants, pump over the middle, caught. And that is a first down reception to Brett Killian. As Pepper's now up to 26 yards passing.
I'll get another look at it here, and he had to be good on the reception as he fully extends his arms to make that catch.
That was his 2nd reception. Remember, he needs 32 yards for 15th all-time in the SFL all-time receiving yardage list. Pepper outcut, Killian again. This time he gets 4 yards.
And Pepper starting to do Tom Pepper things there. You'll notice on that drop, he looks to his right the whole time, makes a snap glance to his left and fires that dart. And he's going to need to be doing that to keep the Baltimore secondary away from his intended targets.
As Pepper drops back to throw out of a single back look. Over the middle he goes. This time it's complete to Rich Pratchard. His first catch of the day. Welcome to the ballgame, Rich.
And another country is heard from as Peppers finds Pratchard. He can tell he's going to get behind him and have that little window open. And again, Pepper being Tom Pepper now delivers that. Well, all right, Colin. Got Vancouver in the plus side here.
With 4 wide receivers. Offside, we got a free play. Let's see. They get a first down on the completion. That is Dan Daly lined up out wide, the number 1 tight end. And
Mayor Daly with the catch. They'll decline this penalty. Keep their first down. Pocket the first down.
that is number 95, Tucker Lewis, second-year defensive tackle, trying to get a jump. And it looks like Sergeant Pepper's getting by with a little help from his friends after throwing 2 early interceptions. Here's a look at Killian. Keep an eye on his numbers today. He has 3 receptions. As Pepper deep drop goes over the middle. Pratchett catches it for 7 yards, but he gets laid out by the man they call Papa Joe, Joe Dezzo.
So does that make Andy Hamilton Billy Shears? Just saying. Just a question.
There's a look at Pratchett on the sidelines. Second year with the Legion. Previously spent time with the Oklahoma City Renegades. They got a couple tight ends and a fullback lined up on the line of scrimmage. Robert Redford, the tailback, and they will swing it out to Robert. He gets going upfield. Smith breaks the tackle, and Robert nearly scores. They knock him out of bounds at the goal line.
Totally surprising. Totally surprising.
Redford, not known as a receiving back, but that time he takes advantage of a good block
right over
by Newtons, and poor Frank Smith, he got ran over hard by the natural.
Good or talking better. Please do study hard, go talker.
The extra tight end, James Walters, lines up next to the fullback in this 3-back set. And they'll give off to Redford, and he walks in for the touchdown. Vancouver on the board.
They let him
6 points.
They let him finish off that drive, which is nice. And Redford pulls it back to within a 1 score.
Good seal block on the edge by Daly, who's 6'5", 250. Good inline blocking tight end. Walters is 6'5", 255, so that's like having an extra fullback in the backfield when he lines up there. Roskowski's extra point to make this a 1-score game is up and through. So with 6:21 to go in the first, Baltimore leads 13-7, but Vancouver has the momentum. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. We'll be back after these commercial messages. Welcome back to Baltimore, Maryland. The Vancouver Legion just scored a touchdown with Robert Redford.
And I had made a comment that it was surprising, and I wasn't surprising that Vancouver scored. It was surprising that Redford scored on that run. Appreciate the comment in the chat. Didn't mean to be opaque on that.
As we take a look at the running back comparisons, you see Redford has the edge in terms of carries and rushing yards, but Gaines is really the all-around back threat. And he's already added 1 receiving touchdown to his total touchdown total. He had 7 coming in. That was 3 receiving touchdowns and 4 rushing touchdowns. Here's Gaines in the backfield, gets another carry, follows his blockers, and picks up 4 yards to the 2nd and 6. T-Roy Gaines up to 48 yards, averaging 9.6 yards a carry. Mark Lopez among the defenders to bring Gaines down.
You know, even though Vancouver scored, the Rick meter is taking a close look at some of the stats and other things, and it's still leaning Baltimore at this point. Vancouver is still down. Baltimore has moved the ball more consistently.
Baltimore was a field goal favorite coming in as T-Roy Gaines ran over a man in the backfield and picks up a first down to the 47. What a run by T-Roy Gaines. He ran over DeAndre Washington, who a few years ago, back in season 13, was Defensive Rookie of the Year. Spent time in Arizona, but came back after absence to sign with the Legion. Shotgun formation. Mike Dazzo to throw, steps up, gets hit as he throws, and that pass was nearly caught by Lloyd Graham Jr., but Drew Hamilton had other ideas.
That was a very well contested ball downfield. And just to kind of keep everything in perspective, we're about to click under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Vancouver defenses always need a stop, but especially so here, as they'd like to get the ball back and have a chance to even the score or even take a lead, certainly cut into it.
Dazzo quick drop from center, flares it out. That is Gaines, and he picks up yardage to the 49. He now has 5 catches for 29 yards, and along with that receiving touchdown, it'll be a 3rd down and 8. And for Baltimore, according to our statisticians, they're 2 for 4 on 3rd downs today. Trips to the top as Dazzo fires deep, and he had the first down with Urban, but it was knocked away beautifully at the last minute by the Legion defense, and that'll force a Baltimore punt.
A little bit of a mistake there, maybe by Dazzo, as he throws into double coverage. He may have had other options available, but that was a dicey throw, especially coming on 3rd down. You just need to move the sticks and maintain possession. He throws deep into double coverage.
Gates on for the punt for Baltimore. Lopez back deep, waiting for this punt. Will try to juke a man, but will only get forward to the 21.
He makes a little something out of nothing, as apparently there was no coverage for the Legion, as three Baltimore Vultures are standing there waiting to tackle.
Over under 59.5, according to the boys from Jack's data. They didn't quite even hit their minimum total in the earlier game between Atlanta and Chicago. Look at who you got, Baltimore. Heavy favorites over the Legion, 77%. But Robert Redford trying to change some minds as he picks up 4 yards.
Indeed. Vancouver's got their hands full, according to the community poll, Colin.
These two teams only played one other time, and that was up in Canada. And that was a 31-28 game back in season 13, where Shark Tarkington's field goal provided the winning margin. Robert Redford tried to spin, but it might have cost him the first down as Giovanni Bolt brought him down.
Yeah, I think Bolt had a beat on him, and that spin move was just a little desperation there, trying to eke out an extra half yard for the first down, but it's 3rd and 1.
Again, they go three men in the backfield along with Walters. This time they'll swing it out to Redford, and Robert gets upfield easily for the first down tackle made at the 35.
There he goes. All Robert all the time, pretty much. right now. There have been some key contributions by others, but they're leaning heavily on their man, Robert Redford.
They go 3 wide receivers. They go Finch in the slot along with Pratchett to the same side.
Baltimore showing coverage.
Pepper going to the single receiver side, and Kelly caught the ball, but they said he fumbled. It's recovered by Joe Dazzo, and Joe Dazzo returns it up to the Baltimore 49.
Hey, I don't know about you or everybody watching, but it looked like it just caromed off his hands. How could that be possession and a fumble? We're going to find out.
And here's the throw, the catch by Killian and Dodd.
He didn't even put foot down, did he? Or maybe
It's almost like the catch and the it were simultaneous, but great return by.
I predict a red hanky sighting, Colin. Yeah,
and there it is. Andy Hamilton threw the challenge flag.
Billy Shears blows his nose on the hanky and throws it on the field.
So get R62 will go under the hood. No football move. Let's see. We'll get another look at here one more time.
I'm laughing at the call and the possibility that it will stand.
After review, the receiver did have possession.
No, they overturn it, and Tim Johnston
There we go.
is the grumpiest man in the stadium right now, as he thought his defense got a huge stop, but nope, they'll have to stay on the field.
He took a small step. Who said that? Well, the drive continues.
They'll mark it down as a 2nd and 10. Tom Pepper to Robert Redford out of the backfield, and Robert will plow ahead to the 50-yard line.
Baltimore gives up the first down, but does a good job to contain him in the field of play to keep that clock running.
Pepper is now up over 100 yards with that last completion. He's now 11 of 15.
So right at midfield with 2:26 to go, Colin. We got some work to do.
Here's to give out the middle to Redford, and Robert will gain 7 yards to the Baltimore 43, and will most likely just
has used the 2-minute warning as a functional timeout.
And we've reached the 2-minute warning here in Baltimore, Maryland. The Vultures lead 13-7, but the Legion are on the move. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Warning, the Vancouver Legion looks to take the lead as they head into the locker room. Tom Pepper under center, 2nd and 3. Robert Redford the deep back. And they'll swing it out to Redford. He's done this a lot today, and he picks up the first down with ease, and he gets knocked out of bounds at the Baltimore 33.
Wow, that started to work in the end of the first quarter, and now they're using it very effectively.
The natural with some more great moves there.
Puts him on the 33 with a minute, $1:55 to go, Colin. And Baltimore is looking to show a little pressure right here.
Killian is in the slot. A throw out again to Redford, and he picks up 3 yards. Remember, Vancouver elected to kick first, so they could double dip here.
Ooh, that was exciting, double dip. Well, they've got to maybe in field goal range. I don't know, Colin, you tell me, but they really need to stick this puppy in the end zone.
Again, they go swing out of this 3-back set, and Robert Redford makes it happen on his own. Who needs blockers when you can be your own blocker?
Redford smartly elects to take the first down and be tackled in the field of play as opposed to running out of bounds short of the first down. That's a pro move right there. But they've got to hurry.
They go quickly out of the huddle this time. Offset I formation.
Vancouver should be burning some timeouts here. I mean, am I wrong?
3 wide receivers, and they give to Redford, who spins ahead, and now here comes the hurry up.
Okay.
Pepper changes to play, now sets. Oh, and that's what he was waiting for. Chad Rowland jumps, and the throw will go out to Killian. They'll most likely take the 5 yards.
Absolutely. Stops the clock. They'll pick up a cheap 5.
Number 71, defense, 12-yard penalty.
Second time the Baltimore front 7 has jumped off sides.
Yeah, I'll agree, Andy, with a free play. Try and throw in the end zone.
Tom Pepper, you see the stats there, 56.9 QBR.
Clawing back his QB rating.
129 yards, but he does have those 2 picks. He's bounced back nicely, though. Empty back set. Pepper quick drop. Slant over the middle, dropped by Dan Daly.
But did that surprise him? Was he not ready for it? And was that like a little sidearm combo shovel pass? I'm not sure.
That was sidearm, but it was just off to the side of the intended receiver there.
And we're not going to get a look at it. I have a strongly worded discussion with the guys in the truck at halftime about that.
They go split backs, 3 wide receivers. Nickel defense for Baltimore. Redford, one-handed catch behind his back, but doesn't get out of bounds, and the Legion have to burn the timeout with 29 seconds left.
Yikes. That just wasn't right in about 4 different ways. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Redford, 9 receptions, 61 yards so far. He also has 64 yards on 7 carries and that touchdown. As Vancouver will go empty shotgun, 5 wide, bunch to the top. And Pepper pump fake over the middle. He was looking for the end zone, and Boyd, number 83, the receiver, couldn't quite haul it in, and they'll have to call on the field goal unit to try another 3 points.
Well, Vancouver's concept there was to go full Phil Collins with the land of confusion in the end zone, and Pepper and his receivers just can't get a little open throwing window there. He's forced to throw it into a lot of traffic, and it falls harmlessly to the turf. They'll try and narrow the gap here.
That was Kyle Collins, actually, who tried to make the catch, and Rakowski makes the 27-yard field goal, cuts it to a 3-point game.
No crossbar there. That cursed crossbar.
As we take a look at the points of the game, we see Vancouver averaging just over 29 a game, Baltimore averaging 27. And you look at the score, it's 13-10.
Both behind pace for their average at this point.
Giovanni Bolt's return gets up to the 28. And if you are the Vultures, you got to feel pretty good despite the fact that the Legion have built up some momentum.
Exactly. The Rick meter is still going to be leaning Baltimore, barring something unusual happening in the last 19 seconds. But it's getting a little twitchy as Vancouver puts another drive together.
Don't tell me I have to fix the frayed cord again as T-Roy Gaines picks up 6 yards. He now has 66 yards, and that'll be likely the last play before the half.
I think the neon on the Rick meter is doing just fine today, Colin.
And we reach halftime here in Baltimore, Maryland. The Legion trailing 13-10, but they have the momentum on their side. And they'll receive the ball first to start the second half as we are in our halftime show. As we take a look at the stats, those 2 turnovers for Vancouver, large reason why they're behind in the time of possession category. Yardage very close. Joe Dazzo 5 tackles. Marco Lopez also with 5 tackles. For Mike Dazzo, he started out really well. He was 6 of 8 in that first drive. Robert Redford and T-Roy Gaines, according to Mark Lopez, have 193 total yards respectively, with the exact same number of carries and receptions by both of them. Tom Pepper trying to force the ball downfield to Brett Killian. He's had a bit of a bad luck trying to force it to Brett, who is on milestone watch. Killian has 19 yards on 2 receptions. Nick Finch, 1 catch for 7. Rich Pratchett, 2 catches for 30 yards. He leads all Legion receivers. Ivory Irvin leads all receivers in general with 7 catches for 66 yards. T-Roy Gaines, 68 yards and 7 carries. Redford, 64 yards and 7 carries. Both guys are making an impact in the pass game. Redford, unusually so for him, 9 catches, 61 yards. But for Gaines, it's no surprise, 5 catches, 31 yards, and that receiving touchdown. Pierce was also in on that sack with Mutombo. Welcome back to Vulture Field here in Charm City of Baltimore, Maryland. Rich football history does this city have. They're the only city that I know of to win a CFL Grey Cup, an NFL championship, and a Super Bowl.
Wow. That's a great win a drink at the bar question, Colin.
As Mark Lopez downs this in the end zone. So we take a look at the cornerbacks here. You see Dazzo has the edge in terms of yardage and, keeping it turnover free. But Pepper, impressive 76.38 completion percentage there. Impressive clip for Sergeant Pepper. Yes, Andy Hamilton. Baltimore had a CFL team. More on that in a minute. As Robert Redford breaks into the open for a huge gain to the 44.
Robert Redford says, quit talking about that and start talking about me.
As he gets a big run here on his first carry here in the second half.
Well, if the Rick meter wasn't twitchy enough, here come your Vancouver Legion.
Here's Redford, 10 targets, 9 catches for 61 yards. As once again, it's being shown that the meter is twitchy.
Twitchy.
Here's catch number 10 for Robert. Spins, jukes, and he's the man of 1,000 moves. Forget a man of 1,000 holds. Robert Redford is a man of 1,000 moves.
Wow. Yeah, and we've coming out of halftime, Colin. We've got ourselves a game again.
Split backs, 3 wide receivers. Pepper over the middle of Killian. What a catch to the Baltimore 31-yard line. And
well, this Vancouver team coming back to life is making me fall in love all over again with the Vancouver-Baltimore matchup.
Giovanni Bolt with the hit on Killian, who's now up to 33 yards on 3 targets. So he officially, by 1 yard, passes Lawrence Kirkland for 15th all-time. Congratulations to BK12.
Uh-oh.
As the throw is intercepted. Tom Pepper throws pick number 3 to Marvin Himes.
I'm falling out of love again. It's too flat, and there's a couple men short.
There's T-Roy Gaines, 8 carries, 66 yards.
Somebody take Andy's belt away from him as he watches Pepper throw another pick.
Here's Gaines up the middle. Almost collar tackle from behind. I'm surprised they didn't call that a penalty, but he picked up 7 yards for his troubles.
Sergeant Pepper's going to get a discharge. They're going to bring him up in front of the courts martial. Make him account for his actions. It's okay. Vancouver's defense has been playing well, and they're only scored out.
T-Roy Gaines takes the swing pass, gets knocked out of bounds by DeAndre Washington. Kevin Brackett is a really interesting story. Started his career as a defensive end.
Yes.
For the first 2 years for Vancouver. Switched to outside linebacker. Guy's 6'4", 245.
As an outside. Wow. He's got some wheels then.
And again, Gaines on the swing. And T-Roy Gaines picks up 7.
We're taking a page out of the Pepper Redford playbook. Getting Gaines out in the open on the sideline, near the sideline. Those swing passes.
Thank you, Andre Krim, for the factoid about the CFL Baltimore Stallions.
There you go. It's true. As a short drop, and there's your swing.
Oh, and Redford tried to make the spin, but Drew Hamilton.
Redford?
Gaines.
Oh my gosh.
Tried to make the swing. Correction there. I'm sorry, T-Roy.
Baltimore has the ball now. Try and keep up.
The Cincinnati, Ohio native getting it done through the air and on the ground. This time he gets a 3rd down and 3 reception for a 1st down. Dean Maddox on the tackle.
Puts the stiff arm out as he's being tackled just to make sure he can maintain his forward progress and pick up that 1st down. It's good field presence there on that one.
They got 3 wide receivers. This is gun doubles.
Ooh.
And Dazzo back to throw, clean pocket, deep down the field. Oh, knocked away expertly by Drew Hamilton. Thank goodness he made the play. Otherwise, that might have been a score.
That was going to be a score. Just a game of inches right there as he gets his little fingertips on that and knocks it away. Uh-oh, and recovers from the breakdown in the back end for Vancouver.
Dazzo under center. Quick drop back. He'll swing it out to the fullback this time, and he picks up 5 yards. As you see the numbers for Dazzo, 160 and a touchdown pass. Tom Pepper's thrown 3 interceptions, including one on the very first play of a Legion drive earlier in this game.
Yeah. That wasn't fun.
Dazzo to the bottom, not quite gonna do the trick.
Didn't
Matt
run.
Chima.
Speaking of not having field presence, Chima just doesn't. And he's
And
getting-
Tim Johnston is gonna chew him out on the sideline almost immediately.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. He gets a face full of coach right there.
Gates is in for the punt, and it's away. Lopez back deep, spins, and gets up to the 25. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Don't go anywhere. Baltimore in front by 3, 13-10. Welcome back to Baltimore, Maryland. The Vancouver Legion take over on their own 25, 1st and 10. Tom Pepper back to throw. Pepper going deep. He threw interception. Dodd snagged it on the air for his second one.
Oh my.
And I think Billy Shears is going to eat a sneaker.
Feeling bad for Tom Pepper. It's he's just off. I don't know. Maybe his mechanics. Something's wrong with his mechanics. Maybe he's got a little soreness in his wing there, Colin. But that's just that's just totally unexpected.
Unexpected indeed for the Legion. That is their 4th turnover. Again, they're -3 now in turnover differential for this game. Dazzo throws to Lloyd Jr. and it's going to be a touchdown. Mark Lopez tried to take it away, but the big tight end instead grabbed it and rumbled in, and it's now a 2-score game.
And the Rick meter stops twitching as Baltimore does the quick strike on the change of possession.
Oh, Lopez almost had a deflection, but the big tight end is able to grab it out of the air. 6'6", 245, fourth-year man.
Lopez turns on the jets and ends up overrunning that play as he's got to turn around to try and interfere with that throw. Nothing doing, and then he's out of position to make the tackle. As your lefty puts it through.
It's now a 20-10 game.
Yeah, so the Vancouver defender found himself out of position, and I want to tell everybody that you need to get your player position locked in and loaded today through our Discord server and the SFL Minor League, SFLM, now 12 teams. There's more opportunities than ever to be the player you always wanted to be. Join the Discord community through www.simulationfl.net. Second season of the SFL Minor League starts in October 2020. Contact Deputy Commissioner Andrew Rastelli on Discord for more information as Vancouver gets another crack at it.
Lopez downs it in the end zone, so the ball comes out to the 20.
6 minutes to go in the third. We've got a 10-point differential. For all the troubles that Tom Pepper and the offense have been having, it's still within reach here.
For Pepper, he's back to throw. Pumps. He's going to go short. He threw another pick.
That can't be.
Looking for Dan Daly. That's interception number 5. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Marvin Himes grabbed that out of the air.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to stick with something might not be physically right with Tom Pepper, Colin. That's very uncharacteristic. We've seen some Tom Pepper games over the years where he's had a little handful of interceptions, but this is not right. I think something more serious might be up with Tom Pepper.
And again, offside, free play, and it'll be a first down for Roy Graham Jr., the tight end. As Tim Hackett says he's out of Army jokes to think of now for Pepper. As we get it's a neutral zone infraction call.
Oh, and there's a tongue twister in the chat for those of you that are on the chat. How do you get in the chat, Colin?
You get in the chat via FTF Next on twitch.tv. You can chat with members of our community there, players, coaches, owners, and even our league commissioner is on there.
All right. Woohoo, the DJ Khalid joke. All right, that's funny.
2 tight ends, balanced line, receiver tight to the formation. T-Roy Gaines up the middle. Spins. He made a couple of spins. It was like a washing machine as he picks up a first down to the 15. Wow, Rick, what a run.
T-Roy Gaines is feeling it, and Baltimore can't seem to do much wrong right now.
Spun off of Hamilton, made another man miss in the air before Fields and Brackett finally brought him down. Three men in the backfield. Jay Hayden, the 5th round draft pick, 86th overall, is in the backfield. This will be a throw as the T-Roy Gaines, and Gaines gets knocked out of bounds by Murray and Hamilton. How many times have we called Drew Hamilton's name today?
A bunch, and appreciate the 80s cultural music reference in the chat. Let's see if anybody knows the group. You spin me right round, baby, right round.
10 receptions for Redford now for 53 yards. He's 86 yards. And this is going to be catch number 11.
Oh!
He couldn't make a miss. And that was Ashley Rose Finch coming up. And
well done. Well done. Totally vulnerable to a spin or a juke move of some kind. Knifes right in, makes a sure-handed open field tackle.
for the Vultures, they line up offset eye, weak side. Here's the get to Gaines. Fights through traffic, and T-Roy Gaines makes it look easy. Untouched to the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore.
That's a little saunter off the left side of the formation.
Andy Hamilton frantic in the chat, calling for a hold. Ooh, looks like somebody might have gotten away with a hold there. That was Kevin Brackett getting basically drugged down to the ground, but the refs keep their flags in their pockets.
Yeah, that just adds insult to injury, doesn't it?
So we now have a 26-10 game pending the extra point. This field extra point is up and good. So with 14 left in the third, Baltimore firmly in control, up 27-10. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the Fans. The Baltimore Vultures in firm control of this one, 27-10, with 4:14 left in the third quarter.
Well, they've outscored Baltimore and we're still in the third quarter, 14-3, giving them the 17-point margin. Colin, Vancouver's looked like they were coming back at the end of the half, but this quarter hasn't been very good. You got some information about that, don't you?
They've run 6 plays
In the third
quarter.
Okay.
Almost all of them, but 2 have been interceptions.
They had 3 interceptions on 6 plays. Isn't that right?
Right.
Yeah, that says it all.
Pepper this time completes a pass to his teammate, Rich Pratchett, who gets out of bounds at the 31. And the Legion fans breathed a sigh of relief.
Completed pass.
A completed pass not to the other team. There's a difference.
Details.
They go out of shotgun ace look. Twins to the bottom. Pepper to Killian, but it's no good. They said he was out of bounds.
Did not gain possession within the field of play. Well, they got to go back to the drawing board as it brings up 2nd and 10.
Can they go 2 tight ends to the strong side of the formation?
You know, one score here. They're okay. And there's some effort.
Redford picks up 6 yards, set up a 3rd and 4. And that's maybe what the Legion need. They need to start leaning on Redford more in the run game.
Yes, I think minimizing the passing game is probably advisable for the Legion here the rest of the way.
Unless you truly need it.
Unless you truly need it. I don't know.
Again, a Pepper pass. Sideline knocked away. And that's Joe Dasso.
That was very pick sixy.
And the Legion will be forced to punt. With 3:14 in the third. Baltimore came in as 3-point favorites.
I wonder if we'll get another look at the QB rating for Tom Pepper. He had gotten him after the abysmal first couple of drives. He'd gotten himself into the 59 range.
According to our statisticians, the quarterback rating has fallen to 37.4.
An up and down game quarterback rating wise for Pepper at the not good end of the range. How does that compare with Baltimore's QB rating, Colin?
Mike Dazo is just over 100. It's 100.6. He's in the empty backfield look. He's back to throw. Throws an out route to the sideline. That's a 9-yard pickup to Makchima. That's his 5th reception on 6 targets.
They're just staying with what's been working. Those out routes. Get guys with talent in the flat and see what happens. Or the sideline.
Now they go 3 wide. 2-yard gains, single back offset to the left. Mike back to throw. Oh, he nearly threw an interception.
Wow, nearly intercepted 2 different ways.
Kevin Brackett knocked that down with the big wingspan. 3rd down and 1. Clock stopped at 2:49.
So Legion pressing up to the line of scrimmage here, expecting a run.
And it's a pass.
Oh!
But it's a 2. Oh my goodness. Blazing in was number 59 for the Legion.
The Reese's Peanuts of Reese's Piece. The Reese's of plays. It's 2 things in one. It's a pass and a sack.
That's Ryan Green
That wasn't even worth waiting for. That was a terrible comment.
with the sack, and Pablo Gates on for another punt to Mark Lopez. Lopez trying to make a juke, carries a couple defenders forward to the 36.
So as we get close to 2 minutes to go here in the third, it's a 3-score lead for Baltimore. A score here by Vancouver obviously would be very timely, but I'm not sure this game is as far away as it seems. Pepper, if he can clean up his play, they've shown an ability to move the ball, Colin.
And they have to get things started here, and they will start with a Robert Redford pass to him, but he lost 2 yards, and Joe Dazzo continues to add to his TFL total. Lost to 2, 2nd and 12.
A little more razzo-dazzle out of that Baltimore D.
2nd down and 12. They go 3 wide this time. Bratchard in the slot. Nick Finch, the lone receiver, to the top. They go to the slot, but it's dropped, incomplete.
I mean, that was kind of a water sandwich anyway. Kind of a short pass for a gain of 2 yards, whatever.
And the hit was made by Ben Secondpaper, the first-round draft pick, number 15 overall.
Kind of just climbs up his back and runs him over.
The Legion will go 5 wide.
In a totally legal way.
Baltimore showing press could be dangerous if they hit it right. Pepper, he was trying to float it short to Collins, but it didn't work.
He tries to deliver a duck. That wasn't going to be a first down anyway.
Coming up tomorrow, we have Queen City versus St. Louis right here on 11 Sports, followed by Louisiana at Portland. Then we have the crowd play game. That is going to be Las Vegas versus Tulsa at 4:30. Then on our Twitch and YouTube channels, we'll get back to that in a moment, as the return by Giovanni Polk goes up to the 31. We'll have Charleston at Arizona, and then London at Denver. That'll be at 8 and 8:15, respectively, for those calls. Mike Dazzo back to work. 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the bottom. Halfback set off to the left-hand side. Again, they go out cut, but they said his feet weren't in bounds.
Hey everybody, I want to let you know Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and replica jerseys are out now. Get your name on the back of your team's or your fan favorite team's jersey, and visit team stores and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through our website at www.simulationfl.net. Just hit the shop button. Got to be doing that. There's some great new St. Louis gear I noticed in the store as well.
And every team has a store as well. It's a wide selection of merchandise to choose from. It doesn't have to be St. Louis. It could be one of these two teams, as that was a 3rd and 10. The throw was open the middle, complete for a 7-yard pickup, but 3 yards short of where they needed to go, and Pablo Gates is on for another punt. Quick word about that crowd play game. You can play for that $1,000 prize pool by downloading the Android iOS app and answer questions about the game during the game. There will be questions presented to you not only before the game, but via stops and play. Don't forget, the game this week is the Las Vegas Fury at the Tulsa Desperados. That'll be from Greenwood District Stadium in Tulsa. Always a good spot to call a game from, Rick.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the part of the broadcast where we want to tell you more about that. Download CrowdPlay, our new partner for 2020, and play the game about the game. Follow the action and answer questions, as you said, for a chance to win a share of the $1,000 prize pool.
And Robert Redford is off and running to the Baltimore 39, his biggest run of the game by far, as we are inside of a minute to go in this quarter.
Your next chance to win is Sunday at 4:30.
It's Robert Redford. Look at the blocking downfield. His fullback, Brick Wall, along with the offensive lineman, Nate Hall, downfield. 6th round draft pick, 14th selection in that round. Pepper, out route to Killian. That's the 6-yard gain.
Just not quite right. Pretty sure you're not supposed to ad-lib some of these things, Colin. Just saying there. Getting the sinister fish shake. Trying to complete the official crowd play read.
Second down at 4.
They get it off. They do.
Last play of the quarter will be a Brett Killian pass reception for a first down to the ball, 27. We've reached the end of the third quarter play. Baltimore firmly in control, 27-10. We're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, and for the fans, stay tuned. As we reach the end of the
third quarter, it's
third
time to find out who owns the fourth quarter, Colin.
I'm Colin Northup. He's Rick Northup. We have Mark Mello and Mark Lopez on stats for this game. Cameron Irvine is our producer. Robert Redford with the carry, fights through traffic, picks up 4 yards. That'll be a second down and 6 from the Vulture 23-yard line.
Yeah, you may have noticed we hit crowd play pretty hard in our discussion right before the break, and somebody was ad-libbing their read, and somebody else wanted to make sure it got read officially properly. So just want to explain that for you. Look at that!
Robert Redford caught that pass, but Chad Rowland could have taken it out of the air.
Threw it behind him. That was awesome.
They lost a yard.
Remember when that one guy did that one thing to that one dude? That was awesome.
Third down and 7, Killian. You see him there, number 12. For the Legion. They're 1 of 6 on third down. They need a conversion here, and they will get it. This time it's Rich Pratchard out of bounds at 14. And for Pepper, he's approaching 190 passing yards. He's up to 183 on 23 completions.
A little overdue, a little excitement's been overdue for Vancouver here in this game as they get a little something going.
Ben Sackenpaper just trying to hang on for the ride, but he was thrown off.
Got thrown. Well, let's see here, Colin. Oh, tight bunch. One of our favorites.
To the top, Killian to the bottom, as the Z. 6-step drop. They go to the bunch, and Pratchett was open, but Pepper threw the wrong route. He thought he was going on a post, but Pratchett went on corner instead.
Oh, he was wide open. I can hear Andy screaming, Andy Hamilton, about that one, but they get a couple more shots. And they can get a first down without having to score here.
2nd and 10. Robert Redford.
Oh.
Stopped in the backfield for a loss of 1 by guess who? Joe Tazzo. The Ageless Wonder from the great state of Indiana records that TFL.
Yeah, when he started playing, they had leather helmets.
3rd down 11. Press coverage from Baltimore. Pepper is going to throw incomplete. Oh, he was looking for his receiver out of the bunch. It was Trevon Boyd.
So much promise.
And Ratkowski on to try. Field goal attempt number 3. This will be from the left hash.
Well, this will cut it to a 2-score game, so that's helpful. But not what Andy Hamilton and the boys were looking for.
He was looking for 7, but they'll settle for 3. This one from 32 to make it a 27-13 game. Like my broadcasting partner said, Andy Hamilton somewhere has got to be pulling his hair out.
Right, and hey, if you're digging the SFL, you can catch the SFL live every July through October and every January through April over the weekends and Monday nights on 11 Sports for the fans and the SFL's YouTube and Twitch channels. Follow at Simulationfl on Twitter to always get the most up-to-date broadcast dates, times, and matchups. So you don't
we have a fumble! We have a fumble, and it's recovered by Vancouver. Oh, my goodness. Vic Bowers Jr. fell on the ball as Giovanni Bolt left it on the carpet. And Vic Bowers was like, oh,
you dropped something. You dropped something.
Look at
Let's
this.
See what happens. Oh, he gets a hand on it. He's carrying it like a loaf of bread.
Drew Hamilton hit it right on the ball.
Knocks his purse out of his hands. I'm already cracking myself up.
And Tom Pepper saddles up under center. 2 tight ends, balance line, offset eye. He's going to throw.
Oh,
and he goes down for a sack.
Not going to throw. Thought he had time for the pump fake. Fake him open, and
Tucker Lewis had other ideas. He got around the guard.
Didn't see him coming around the blind side.
And
as the left
Newton's had his hands full.
Left side of that line just sort of goes full sieve.
Then they go 2 tight ends to the same side. 2nd and 15. Pepper. Corner route. Killing with the kids up to the 5. It'll be 1st and goal.
Wow. And Baltimore shows pressure, backs up, and then fakes pressure again right before the snap. Only rushes 4.
Chris Dodd saves the touchdown. He had the 1 pick. I thought he had 2 earlier. My apologies there. Killian to the bottom. As again, Baltimore goes press, this time in a goal line set. Here's to get to Redford. Has to slug through traffic and picks up a hard 200 yards.
Who was that that had him in the backfield? And Pepper Redford does Redford things, makes him miss, and still gets positive yardage.
As we take a look at Nate Hall, he's one of the offensive linemen. He's from Utica. is an Army vet, served from 2011 to 2017. There he is with his wife, Kendra
Kendra.
there. And he lives by Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. As
And
Redford
there it
gets
is.
a receiving touchdown. And getting back to Nate Hall for a second, he's one of 13 Madison Lynx players who were runner-ups in the SFL minor league season, the inaugural one, to be drafted by major league teams.
Thanks for being in the SFL, and thanks for your service. That's awesome. And by the way, if anybody's ever been to Wright Pat, they got a great museum there. Well, Colin,
Things are getting really interesting. It's a 10-0 swing.
and Vancouver cuts it to a 7-point deficit as we go to commercial here, Colin.
You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, and for the fans, don't go anywhere. 7:24 left to go in the game. It's now the exciting part. Welcome back to Baltimore, Maryland. The Vancouver Legion have made things interesting with a 10-point swing.
Getting 7 off of that kick return fumble.
And Giovanni Bolt looking to secure it a little extra. This time he gets knocked down at the 30.
He becomes a free runner and was potentially going to be very exciting.
And Rick, this game is, I feel like this is the game that keeps on giving because it's had so many unexpected turns and twists.
And they always seem to happen when I'm trying to do the ad reads here.
I know. The poor guy's just trying to do his job, but he can't do his job. And speaking of a guy who's been doing a great job, is T-Roy Gaines. He picks up 2 yards on the swing. That's now 11 catches for 54 yards. Redford, 13 receptions for 68 yards and a touchdown each. You take a look at the standings. These teams are fifth and 8th respectively. 11 make the playoffs, and you see Carolina and St. Louis just below the cut line at 2 and 2.
Everybody's tied for second place at 3 and 1.
As the throw over the middle complete. One of these teams looking to join the Chicago Wildcats at 4 and 1 as Danny Holder catches the car route for a first down, the 41.
Hey, let's go back to Nate real quick. His wife Kendra is also part of the SFL, and Andy's got a connection with Wright Pat in the Air Force. there as well. One of the reasons that Nate got his attention. Pretty cool stuff.
He said his dad and grandpa were stationed down there. T-Roy Gaines makes the first down, but gets blown up by Mark Lopez in the process.
Well, I knew that's interesting because I knew Andy was a brat, but I guess it's official as an Army brat. Or an Air Force brat, sorry. Marine Army training, sir. Name that movie.
Hackett will probably get that one. We have 4 wide receivers, trips to the top. Mike Dazzle's been a smooth operator today. Quick drop back. Another out route, this time to Irvin, who picks up 7 yards.
You know, and it's obviously, as we said, the defense's goal is to stop offenses every time and keep them from scoring any points. But, you know, this is critical for Vancouver's defense in this drive because they're within striking distance. They just need to get the ball back for their offense, but they only rushed 3 there. And I get you're on the minus side of the field, but come on.
Now they rushed 4 that time. Things get crowded, but Gaines catches it again and gets down to the 34. And for T-Roy Gaines, he's up to 63 yards on 13 receptions, has 11 carries for 105 yards.
I mean, Dazzle's having a heck of a day, and you got to put some pressure on him. You can't just give him any more time.
He's thrown the ball 44 times, completed 34 passes for 265 yards and a pair of touchdowns. He's under center in the offset eye. 3 wide, press coverage being shown by Vancouver. Dazzle has to dump it off to the flat, but nothing doing, no gain. 4 gains.
I want to thank the guys in the Stats Mobile.
Mark Lopez and Mark Mello.
Back and forth between their page and the game all the time. Appreciate it, guys.
Now they go wing with the receiver very tight next to the tight end.
They're vulnerable to an edge rush here if they're not careful.
And instead of the up the middle run, but DeAndre Washington had other ideas.
Vulnerable to an up the middle run as well.
That's up a 3rd and 10 from the 34. Probably not in range for a Tarkington field goal attempt if they were to gain no yards here or go backwards. They go 4 wide, trips to the bottom.
Trying to burn some.
It'll be a Gaines handoff, and they'll only pick up 1 yard.
That'll bring out the punt team, maybe, or can they attempt one from here, Colin? I don't know.
As we take a look at the Legion upcoming schedule, they got Mexico City 3-1, Louisiana
At Louisiana,
3-1, before traveling back home to Canada to take on the Portland Fleet, who's still searching for their first win.
As they get ready to line this up, you know, the chat's really lively, and we'll get more about chat here in a minute.
This is Shark Tarkington. He's already made a couple field goals. And let's see.
Ooh.
This kick is good. 50 yards.
Oh, pressure for the Legion now.
It's a 30-20 game, so that pushes it back to a 10-score game.
Yeah, I mentioned the chat was pretty lively. Chat with owners, coaches, and players in the For the Fans next Twitch chat at www.twitch.tv/FFTNEXT to meet the players you're watching on screen today. Get involved, witness the passion of the community, and follow along with all the action amongst the most dedicated SFL players. The FTF Next Twitch chat at www.twitch.tv/FTFnext. Hey, I got through it. Nothing happened.
And it is a great community, too, as Mark Lopez sets his team up with position at the 24. For Baltimore, they play the Louisiana Revolution on the road next before traveling to Houston.
No, they're at home against Houston.
At home against Houston before
going
to south of the border to Mexico City, a place you know very well.
I used to go there all the time for work. That was quite an experience.
As the reception is made by the fullback brick wall, he picks up 4 yards, and here we go with a hurry up.
Hurry up. They need 10 points.
Slant over the middle, caught, first down. That was Collins there.
More hurry up, doing the right thing.
Here's the
where are
swing
you
to
going?
Redford. He lost 1 yard.
He made the catch and, I don't know, was thinking about what he was going to order at McDonald's or something. What was that about?
Pepper over the middle to Collins. He has a first down. We're running toward the 2-minute warning.
Collins knows what's what. He picks up that first down.
Here he goes. Out cut to Pratchard. He gets 5. Can they get one play off before the 2-minute warning? It looks like they will.
Oh,
yes,
dude.
just barely. Collins this time dropped the ball. And we reached the 2-minute warning. 1:58 to go. Legion trailing by 10, 30-20. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Welcome back to Baltimore, Maryland. The Vancouver Legion driving just out of the 2-minute warning. And Tom Pepper to throw on a 3rd and 5. Brett Killian had to go back for the ball and somehow manages to pick up the first down and get out of bounds with 1:51 to go.
Oddly enough, I think that misfire on the throw, forcing Killian to do his circus act, crossed up the defense just enough for him to pick up the first down. That was amazing. Well, you know what I was thinking about, Colin, is this game started off as a battle of field goals, and we had a missed field goal. And here near the end of the game, Baltimore picks up a late field goal to make it a 2-score game, and the missed field goal and the late field goal may end up being the difference here.
Pepper over the middle, caught. First down. And timeout called with 1:46 left. Nick Finch, the number 3 wide receiver, has for some reason gone off the field. But this kid Collins has been stepping up a great deal.
Hey, we want to welcome Howard Cosell into the booth here for the exciting finish of Vancouver at Baltimore. And yours truly appreciates the trolling from Andy. I did work in Mexico for many years, so not a made-up thing.
Slant over the middle, caught for a 8-yard pickup. That is Boyd.
What I did there is another story.
I almost threw it away.
That was almost a 97-yard pick six. Are you kidding me?
Frank Smith, it hit him in the hands.
Somebody put the defibrillator on Andy for that one. And here we see tomorrow, Colin.
We have Queen City and St. Louis starting at 12:30 here on 11 Sports and FTF. Followed by Louisiana at Portland at 2:30. Then the crowd play game is Las Vegas at Tulsa at 4:30. Then Charleston at Arizona and London at Denver.
And
the throw over the middle knocked away expertly by Troy LaShaw.
Well, now what do you do? Decision time. I mean, you need a field goal and a touchdown. Do you take your field goal here?
Interesting. And yes, they elect to take the field goal here.
Because if you don't get any points, you're done.
The extra and the field goal from 22 is something good.
I feel you, Colin. This game has been quite something.
Now the hands team is on the field as Rutkowski tries for the onside with a minute 26 left. Cross your fingers if you're Vancouver.
He's 10.
And the onside kick goes right to the Baltimore Vulture player.
They don't get the bounce they were looking for. And Vancouver's got 2 timeouts to try and stop the clock, but that's going to about do it, Colin.
A minute 25. Ball in the Legion 40. They passed on to set a bunch today. Do they have a run? And they'll throw.
Wow.
Gaines has to stay in bounds. And he does just that as he picks up 6 yards. And Andy's saying that's why the timeout on the previous drive made no sense. 4 yards away from a first down for Baltimore, and they will move to 4-1.
And barring a freak play, it looks like the under's going to hit today.
Looks like the boys from Jack's Data will have to reevaluate this one.
Oh,
and Gaines got out of bounds, and Kevin Brackett saved his team's bacon for the moment.
It's interesting, maybe.
They picked up 1. This is a rut that teams sometimes fall into with this power out formation. Although they swapped out of it this time, they might wise up and give T-Roy the ball in a straight dive. And they do! And he's stopped in the backfield for no gain. Green again on the stop, and the ball is marked at the 35, so this might be another 50-plus field goal attempt.
And, yeah, they back him up, too. Makes it a little more difficult.
And they will try the field goal. Remember, he made one from 50.
A 51-yarder.
Made a 51-yarder. This one is from about the same distance.
So jinx it and say there's a block? They've never had one blocked. They're going to block one.
52 yards away. That ball has a chance. It's good.
Oh, my.
And Shark Tarkington nails the field goal to put them up 10 with a minute 9 left.
Well, Baltimore's going to ride his leg to victory in this game, which is strange to say when a team scores 33 points. But it's true.
Tarkington's kick to Lopez.
He'll bring it out.
He'll bring it out to the 23. Clock stopped with 1:05 left. Tim Hackett with a salient point in the chat. He said, if Vancouver made that earlier field goal, this still might be interesting.
Yeah, indeed. Well, everybody goes deep. There's Sandlot play.
Here they go deep over the middle.
Why?
Oh, it was bobbled around, incomplete.
Why?
Smith knocked it down looking for Killian. It was on 11 targets, 7 grabs.
Interesting choice of receivers to which to throw. I want to dangle my participial there. Ending the phrase in a preposition.
And Ramos Lynn reminding people the importance of a kicker as Killian had that knocked up in the air. That was double coverage, incomplete.
The funny thing is, I can hear Ramos Lynn's chat comment in his own voice.
There you go. 3rd and 10, 56 seconds left, 5 wide. The throw. Oh, dropped by Collins and nearly picked up.
Picked up on the deflection.
Troy Loveshaw nearly had that one in it. And this.
It's Shark Week. Yeah, I love it. Why didn't I think of that?
There you go, 4 wide. Tom Pepper back to throw. Deep down the field, knocked away. Giovanni Bolt knocked it away from Brent Killian.
Was every pass over the middle on that possession? I don't get it. No Tango.
Giovanni Bolt with the swat down.
He will, and as Baltimore takes over, let me remind you, if you want more SFL content, our Discord community has podcasts, articles, and highlights about the league, its teams, and its players. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Simulationfl and visit our website, www.simulationfl.net, for more news, features, and information. Thus completeth the required ad reads at the 42-second mark of the fourth quarter.
There's plenty of podcasts and, talented writers. There's power rankings every week. There's plenty of podcasts put out there by SFL personalities. Ashley Jackson, of course, has her podcast now over 100 episodes. Coach's Corner with Brian Craven of Lone Star Glory is another one.
Hey, are there podcasts? Can you get podcasts on that? Wait, don't shake your fist at me.
As Baltimore,
the ritual kneeing of the ball,
runs out the rest of this clock.
And that's going to do it, folks.
It's a 33-23 final.
As the coaches go out to exchange pleasantries, we'll take a look
at the statistics. There's your turnover story. 5-2. You could argue that played the difference.
Yeah, kind of fairly even. I mean, a little advantage here or there in different categories, but on balance, fairly evenly matched. Except Baltimore was not able to generate as many turnovers as the Legion had, so that's the difference. As we start taking a look at the highlights, sometimes it all comes down to Little League, Colin, and football can be like Little League. It's the team that makes the fewest mistakes usually wins your Little League game. And here we had a missed field goal for Vancouver and 5 picks. And other than that, things were fairly even.
Lloyd Grant Jr. with the touchdown there. Leroy Gaines ended up being the leading receiver, 68 yards.
You okay over there?
And 1 receiving touchdown. At 103 rushing yards. Mike Dazzo, 37-47, 272 yards. Thanks to Mark Mello and Mark Lopez for keeping track of the numbers and figures and making us sound smart.
Amen.
Robert Redford had some big runs all day.
What was the final QB rating for Dazzle?
Final quarterback rating for Dazzle, 96.1. for Pepper, who threw the ball 55 times, completing 33 of them for 282 yards. Quarterback rating of 41.6.
Interesting. I actually thought Dazzler would have had a triple-digit QB rating, but he finishes just under.
And Shark Tarkington with this 51-yard kick.
Is he your player of the game? Sorry.
He might be the player of the game, although Mike Dazzler was very impressive.
Yeah, I know. They don't, the player of the game people always seem to forget about kickers, but kickers are people too, you know.
Although we have seen kickers be named player of the game before. Drum roll, please. It's T-Roy Gaines. Almost 100 rushing yards.
Wow.
And over 115 scrimmage yards, 2 total touchdowns.
Interesting.
For those of us at the Simulation Football League, thanks to our statisticians Mark Mello and Mark Lopez. For our executive producer Cameron Irvine, I'm Colin Northup. He's Rick Northup.
Yep.
Enjoy the games on Sunday, folks. We're just getting started here in the Simulation Football League.